Hi there, it's me, Kremir here again, with video number 5 from my series of building my large Vildrauptir head. And yeah, I've been doing some other stuff before this video, so I didn't have the time. But now I got around to it. So, without further ado, what has happened in the latest days, weeks, months, whatever? Well, the biggest change is this. As you can see, the head and the horns are now one, but they are disconnectable. They're possible to take out, and remove. But I have made this my holy mission, so to speak, so I had to put them together and they are fitting nicely. Yes, this is the first innovation that has happened. The second innovation, oops, sorry about that, I'm a little clumsy. The second innovation is this, as you know, the throat, so to speak, the neck, sorry, the neck. But, as I told you before, I have been working on something that will be, the piece that goes on top of here. Now, it is complete, and it gives me the great pleasure to present the throat. Here, you can see it from all sides. It's painted, and it is, sprayed by me before I attach it, and it's still not, still not connected. As you can see, it slides freely here inside. But as you can see, into the hole here, it's like a drum. Basically, there is a see-through hole right through here, and this is all connected and very nicely done and smoothed out by me. And of course, this fits together with this. Now, why haven't you attached this, you may ask? Well, I didn't attach it because I had to get around to the underneath area here. Besides, this connects to the head, as you know. So, connecting it to the head might actually be a problem when, manipulating this, if that piece like this would have been stuck in here permanently. That would be a very big, problem to maneuver the head and everything. But now, right now, this ball joint is working super nicely, and I just test fitted the head on top of this, and it doesn't weigh over in any direction. It actually stays put. I'm happy, very happy indeed. Yeah, Dr. Frankenstein has completed his work. No, I'm actually kidding, of course, but yeah. And so this thing here, I have figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna cover the holes. These openings will be only made ready with white paint, and I will just simply make it so they will look better. And what I will do next is quite simple. I have at home a Bluetooth connected type of loudspeaker, and it will go inside here in the main hole. So it will stand there actually freely, like this. And once I will, play music or something, I will just simply lift it out, activate it, put it back, and then set it up like this. Or maybe I mount it for real inside this carapace here, I don't know. But actually, there is a lot of things to be done now, because I need to remove the plastic here, sand this area. I need to buy more sanding paper, because this monster has consumed a lot of that thing. So you wouldn't believe how costly this is when it comes to sanding paper and sanding sponges, and you god name everything that could be done here. And I sanding and more sanding, and God forbid that you miss something. Here is a little elevation and everything. I need to bring this back to my shop and simply take this elevation down with my knife And then I'm gonna do some correction work with the horns, because the horns need some loving attention from Mother Knife and Father Sanding Paper. So yes, I will have to really get into it. So that's that. The next thing that is going to be done is I'm gonna take this, all these failures, that as I call them, the that they didn't get tight enough, these gotta be filled in with milliput, and as they are filled in, I will definitely see to it that they will be sprayed over once again, and then once they are sprayed, ready, and positioned perfectly, the back parts also need to be put on there, and maybe I do some cleanup work on the nose part here too. I mean, it seems that it needs that. Then there's the test fitting issue. I test fitted this, and I saw that this one doesn't sit exactly as I wanted it to, but that is due to the fact that these areas here are now no longer straight. They are, curved like this. There's like a little edge. They're supposed to be 90 degrees something, like a sharp edge, but they are like curved. So these I can't do anything about, but I can take the back of the head and take the cover that goes on here, and simply cut off the legs, at the shorter angle. So that's going to be like 3 to 4 millimeters shorter. There, or 3 millimeters, or 2 or 3 millimeters. Just not much, but there's going to be like a little more clearance there. Once these things are ready, then I'm happy. And when I filled in the gaps here, I will also spray this once more, and once it's sprayed once more and made ready, I will also go in and attach it, and I will have those little rear parts also attached to the main forehead part. Yeah, to these here, back. And once everything is attached onto the back of the head, I will also put in this, the visor. I mean, this is one of the most sensitive parts in all the build, I see, because it can easily chip or even break if this, is set up for too many turns and twists, and if I accidentally drop it, that's it. I have to make a new one, because if this breaks, that's it, largely. So yeah, and of course I'm very much proud of this. This is the new addition to the family, and this is quite the big build itself. I see potential in this, but I didn't make the sides, because these are irrelevant when it comes to the neck, because you won't see these holes anyway. I made it sturdy, very sturdy in fact. I mean, these brackets and everything, this bend here and everything, and in fact this was very time consuming. And as you can see, I have the details right down here too. How did I do them, you may ask? Well, of course I did one cylinder first, then the second cylinder went on top, and then I simply marked out the parts and chopped them out. And then there are no seam lines, as you can see here. There should be a seam line right here and a seam line right here. What happened to them, you may ask? Did he fill them out with something, or what did he use? Well, the answer is pretty much the same as to everything. If you can't use milliput to hide it, because that would be too time consuming and too uneven, I used 2 pieces of normal polystyrene, or normal plastic, very thin. I bent it and put it into the form, just like I should have. And of course up here it's been milliputed all around. And yeah, well, I'm quite happy with this. This piece is the milestone, and probably it's going to be repainted before attachment permanently. But the Devil Rauptier's gray parts are a little violet, so I do not believe that I will make them violet. I believe I'll make them into sea gray, like this color here, Tamiya sea gray. That's gonna be probably the best thing to do in this case, but I am not sure. One thing's for sure though, this project is coming along nicely, and I have decided that I will bring the back of the head And the camera parts, you know, the little pods, this is the back, the front is still attached to the head, to the front. I don't take it off, not right now. I also will bring the front of the head and the back of the head that I'm not manipulating too much because of the horns that are in there right now. You know, see there's the frontal camera that's removable, and these are what these are what I was talking about. I was talking about making these shorter. When they are shorter, that's not going to be a very big thing actually. Then this top camera will become a very important piece, because this will give me the exact height. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, I will just maneuver it into position here. This gap is going to be very relevant when I shorten these, because the front of the head may not go up all the way up here. So if I remove this, the top of the head may actually slide up all the way, and that would be wrong because everything else would be put out of focus. For example, the side arches and this. Oh, by the way, here's the nice thing. I have put in thickeners, as I said I would. These parts here, as I call them thickeners, because these are the ones that are going to give the fill out, so to speak. I'm going to sand them a little and then put in more thickeners in here, but I'm going to measure them to the front of the head, as I said before, and to the faceplate, so I know exactly how much thickening I need to do here before it starts to obstruct the part so it won't go in there. And that's pretty much it right now. And the rear camera, you know, this one here, the little hole here, triangular hole, will be filled. It will be filled with the camera that is going to go in there. And it's still, you know, it still needs some work, some patchwork actually. And it's going to be pretty much carving, gluing, milliputting and sanding, and it's going to be pretty much there. And yeah. So that's all. Oh my god, I wrinkled my mat. Okay, yeah. So basically this is what I have prepared for today, and well, drop me a like or subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'll be more than happy. My work is also on Instagram right now, under the very same name, Chromier's Corner. And well, yeah, check it out. And there's the same thing. I mean, if you check it out on YouTube, you see it firsthand. But if you check it out on the Instagram page of mine, you will see everything but only pictures out of the build. And nothing more, nothing less, actually, than that. So actually, yeah, it's coming along very nicely, and I am happy, very happy indeed. As I said, it's like seeing a child grow. You produce it and then see it grow. So just like, or like a tree. You plant a tree and see it grow. Yeah, actually, this project has been more like an oak. Sometimes it's very hard and very problematic, but you know, it's learned by doing. And for those of you that think, well, isn't he skilled enough to deal with this? I said, of course I am. But this project really can fight you in a lot of ways, because it's learned by doing, and you don't have the, you know, you don't have the necessary blueprints. You don't have anything. You just ad lib it. You improve and approve and disprove and test, and you do a lot of things when doing this model. It has been a long ride so far, and still there is one more video left where I will show you how I put in the electronics in the head. And probably there will be a large and cool presentation about me doing the lights and making them look good. Yes, that's probably what I will do. The lights will be shown off, and the whole head will be completed, and oh my goodness, it will be quite the sight when I am finished. So yeah, that's all I had for today, and for now. It's going to take a little longer now, because now it's going to be sanding for the win. There is a lot of uneven surfaces that need to be taken down. And once that is done, well, that's gonna be it. The horns have different pegs too, I can say that, so I know which one is left or right, which is kind of a good tip for those that make two equal pieces attachable to equal attachments on both sides of a head like that. So you don't stand and like, wait a minute, was this like this or like that, or is it left or right, or how, you know. So yeah, that's also an important safety tip, that the head may actually tip over, which it did for me 3 times. When you put in just one pair of horns, so when you put in the one horn part, it tips over. So you have to put in the other pair, the other side, sorry, the other side of the horn system, so it will be evenly balanced. So yeah, sanding for the win, that's all I'm gonna do now, and repositioning, reattaching, and sanding some more, and do some painting maybe. And then I'm gonna spray the back of the head, make it ready, and once it's ready, I have cropped the side skirt for the main attachment for the forehead. These are gonna be joined together with 5-minute epoxy, and I'm gonna continue and simply building the whole thing shut. And only the only thing that will be operational is this, the service hatch, and you know, so I can get to the light source. And of course, you heard me saying that maybe I will build the whole body of this monster, but I don't think it's gonna be feasible, and not I'm sure it's gonna be possible either, because I mean it's costly, and even though I can get my materials quite cheap, it's gonna still consume a lot of details and a lot of resources that won't be available for me for quite some time. So, well, I end my video here, and as I said, drop me a like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see each other next time. Stay safe.